If only television news dealt with things I care about.
Listen to this. Whenever life gets you down, Mrs. Brown, and things seem hard or tough, and people are stupid, obnoxious or daft, and you feel that you've had quite enough, just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles
Should Mr. Ray support Mr. Peterson or Mr. Miller, and why?
Mr. Miller, and why?
Did you have a shower or what?
I was working out. The pigeon just shit on my head.
Oh.
Ew, you disgusting creature. Oh, it's right over us. Look it.
When was the last time a pigeon shit on your head, Deborah?
It was probably aiming for my hair. They tend to do that because I have black hair and it's shiny. And you know how they like to shit on cars and things because they're shiny? When I was little, and I had straight hair. You know, straight hair shinier than curly hair. And they used to shit on my head constantly when I was out playing.
Look again. CBC Television News does. And it has a Canadian perspective on world news as well. It's all here on CBC Television News, so look again.
CBC Television, look again.
Oh my
Stop.
Fuck off!
God, all you're doing is screaming, for God's sake!
Just to show I don't have a short temper, that was about the 8th interruption we've had.
And so His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, has arrived here at Queen's Park on the second day of his 5-day visit to Canada. The Prince arrived here in a buoyant mood, having spent the night aboard the Royal Yacht Britannia with CBC reporter Susan Ormiston.
The lovely Stevie. Bring in the lovely Stevie. He's holding the official flag of the Masters Games. Look at this, the three-dimensional representation of the colors. It's wonderful. Stevie, you're wonderful, kid. Get a job in show business.
Okay, just one word to our director, Steve. If you could please re-cue that ENG item, which was the sports pack, please. Can we roll that item, please? We have highlights from Winnipeg, I think. What do you think, Steve? Can we roll those Winnipeg highlights? Here they come. 3-1, Winnipeg, surprising the Edmonton Oilers. No, wrong item, Steve.
Wayne Gretzky lost the draw to Howard Chuck.
Oh, the former Cleveland Browns quarterback has been traded to the Jacksonville.
Early advantage. Was this really a team who had lost 20 consecutive games to the Stanley Cup champions? The Oilers, though, finally beat Brian Hayward with 5 minutes left in the second period, but only through persistence. Finally, it's Mark Habscheid putting it past a sprawled Hayward. Winnipeg led it 3-1 heading to the third period.
Susan, have yourself a better night.
Thanks, Vic. Just as Bill's been promising for the past few days, it's cold and it looks like it's going to stay that way for a while.
We've still got these strong northwesterly winds across waving cut.
For months, presidential candidate Walter Mondale has been carefully guarded by the Secret Service. But today, with Mondale still behind President Reagan in the polls, he's been denied Secret Service protection and has been forced to campaign with a gun.
CBC Television, look again.
We will return to Uncle Flubby's Funhouse right after this word from your sponsors.
Tomorrow, the second in our series on Canadian Oscar nods.
What is an Oscar nod?
Forward, Walt Putney won't be suiting up for the Leafs. Walt Putney, who is placed on waivers, management is upset with Putney. Forward, Walt. Dale, can you jump in? I seem to be butchering this man's name.
Pudubney.
I have a block.
Yes.
Pudubney won't be suiting up for the Leafs as the club put him on waivers.
There's your line score from Anaheim, California. The Blue Jays, with a run in the third inning, an RBI single by Rance Mullenix, lead it 1-0. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, oh, look at that ice cream. Or is that a snow cone?
And Bill Martin is on the line with us now. Bill, I'm interested, after a solid week on the road, what hurts the most?
Well, really nothing hurts, but we need a shower badly, Don. It's Mike you've got, by the way.
Bill, I can just barely hear you. Do you have any idea where you stand in the race?
We should be in the mid-20s.
Is there any, there's no way we can talk to Bill.
Mike's on the phone now. You're talking to Mike, his partner, and he's in the mid-20s. I heard that.
No, it doesn't. Bill, I'm sorry. We're having production problems here. Maybe we'll try again. In any event, they'll try to finish that race tomorrow.
Shortness of breath, wheezing, fatigue. Loss of memory, stammering, drowsiness. These are the early warning signs of nuclear disaster. For more information on these killers, write the Council on Presidential Fitness, Washington, D.C.
It's heavy.
From the 5th floor newsroom,
How's your husband and kids? Are they? Good. See you later. Good night.
this is City TV everywhere.
We welcome the latest edition of the Global Television News staff, Robert Fisher, who's just defected from CBLT. Mr. Fisher, your comments.
Oh, I'm very happy to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you. Is it true? Is it true that you're taking over our Northern Bureau?
I am, yes, Timmins.
Timmins? The Alan Pope position?
The Pope Bureau, yes.
And what will be your first assignment?
To fire Jeffrey Kaufman.
Oh. Okay, back to you, what's her name? Hillary.
And now here's a brief recap of our top stories.
Bleh.
It's always doing that.
The spokesman says the board urges, boy, let's just calm down here for a second.
You want to try one more for luck? Let's go for luck.
He takes dissatisfaction from the decision. Take 29.
Is my hair all right? There's another big one coming right now.
Stop snickering, Senator.
And sorry for the problems. Now we'll go to commercial and come back with more CBLT Morning.
No, that's not a bad idea, but
We're not going to do that.
I have a better idea. Let's go to me, and then later we'll go to commercial.
All right.
But it's a good idea that we should at some point.
And now, an NNTN campaign update. President Reagan's closest and most trusted aides met secretly this week at an undisclosed location in order to hammer out campaign strategies for the final push. Unfortunately for these aides, somebody slipped up and a cameraman was able to sneak in for a few seconds, giving us some nice shots of those involved. There were rumors the president himself might show up, but those rumors were denied. We now join one of those stupid game shows already in progress.
Yolanda Bowsley, come on down! Yolanda Bowsley, come on down! Come on down! Come on down! Yolanda Bowsley, come on down! Yolanda Bowsley, come on down!
I have never had a welcome like this. Now, just a minute. I have a feeling that this is not legitimate. I know you truly love me. But you don't really love me this much, do you?
Bob, they have given their all for you.
Yeah.
Over to you, Stu.
Susan, prostitution reared its ugly head as a major issue in the honeymoon capital of Niagara Falls. As many as 30 hookers.
It was here in Hamilton that Supreme Court Judge John Bowlby said that exotic dancer Angelica Kennedy belonged to, quote, a particular class of women, and that it was her profession to promote lust. Bowlby is presiding over a rape trial in which a local Hamilton man has pleaded guilty to robbing...
Wait a minute!
As many as 30 hookers. Prostitution reared its ugly head as a major issue. Take 4. As many as 30 hookers. Richard Dawson and I saw them.
Will I be on the journal?
Yeah. Howard, I want to just show you what a rough situation it is out here in the field. We're in Cambridge. And what's your name?
Grace Nagel.
How'd you like your own series?
Oh, I'd love it.
See, Howard? See what an opportunity one has out in the field?
I would think at this point the negotiations are really tough. Some people suggest as much as $3 million apart.
$3 million? Oh, yeah. That wouldn't even cover Hillary's contract.
There was a scene with a woman dancing on a table and saying to a young man, you know, today's my 18th birthday and I'm really into spanking.
Sorry.
10 years ago, this Canadian company, Cyex, developed what it called Never Buy a Rabbit.
It'll drop from a high of 15 down to a low of 3 degrees in the afternoon. Tomorrow will be sunny as well, Dale, I should mention that, and a high near 4 degrees, low tonight -1 as we mentioned.
Okay.
I'll get it right eventually, Dale.
Good.
Doug Taylor and his friends Aaron, Mike, Jeff, Louise, Jason, Josh, Justin, and Jenny, all from Blackstock, Ontario. Jacqueline Fucker. Who the hell cares about Jacqueline Micharczyk? Let me hear me screw up.
In Jamaica, meanwhile, Prime Minister Mulrooney has told his Caribbean counterparts that because of our economic situation,
piss off, way off from me.